Hello guys, welcome to Co Academy. Guys, in this video we'll be talking about the difference between agreement and contract. Now many students are confused as to what is the difference between the two. Though this difference is subtle, yet in the eyes of law the difference is very big, because without contract you cannot sue somebody in the court of law. Simply agreement won't give you the rights. A simple agreement won't give you the rights to sue somebody if one party backs out of the contract. So talking about meaning, agreement is when a proposal is accepted by the person to whom it is made with requisite consideration. Now let's suppose that Mr. A has a car and he wants to sell it, and he tells Mr. B that I want to sell my car, and Mr. B says that okay, I will buy your car for $25,000. Now that is an agreement. At this stage, agreement has been formed because one party made a proposal and the other party accepted it. That's it. And for A, the consideration was, that is, consideration is something in return. The meaning of consideration is something in return. And since A was selling the car, what he received in return was $25,000. So for A, the consideration was $25,000. And B is giving $25,000, and in return, he is getting the car. So for B, the consideration is the car. So for both the parties, A and B, they have a legal consideration, valid consideration. That is, they are receiving something in return. So this is, at this stage, the agreement has been formed. That is, there was a proposal and there was an acceptance, and both the parties gave each other something in return. That is, there was a consideration on both sides. But at this stage, if one party backs out, then you cannot take him to the court of law, because the contract or the agreement, is not enforceable by law. So how an agreement would be enforceable by law? Agreement will be enforceable by law if it fulfills the various other requisites stipulated in the Contract Act 1872, which are, there are many, but you can read the section 10. But for example, I will say that if one of the parties to a contract says that I will give you the consideration in, let's suppose, drugs, for example. A says that B says that okay, I will buy your car, but I will pay you back in the form of drugs which are worth $25,000. Now that agreement cannot become a contract, because the consideration is unlawful. An unlawful consideration does not make an agreement into a contract. Similarly, if the consent of B to give $25,000 to A was taken under duress, that is, B was under pressure to accept the offer, then that agreement is also void. That is, it cannot become a contract. Agreement, if it does not fulfill the conditions of contract, then that agreement is void. It cannot become a contract. There are various other criteria also that is given in section 10, which make a contract enforceable by law. That is, if those conditions are present, only then it can be enforceable by law. Agreement can be enforceable by law, okay? And when the agreement is enforceable by law, it becomes a contract. Second is about in terms of elements. In agreement, the essential elements are offer and acceptance. That is, that's it. If offer and acceptance are present, then it becomes an agreement. But for a contract, apart from offer and acceptance, there has to be enforceability. And enforceability is when you can take the other party in terms of when he breaches the contract to the court. And the essential elements which cause enforceability are given in section 10, and some of it I discussed earlier. And lastly, agreement is defined in section 2 clause E of Contract Act 1872, and contract is defined in section 2 clause H of Contract Act 1872. I hope this short tutorial made your concepts clear about the difference between agreement and contract. Of course, if you want to watch details about this Indian Contract Act, you can watch the playlist in my channel. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to get the latest updates.